Hold on for a second and really listen to this, because what I'm about to explain could sound like life-changing news at first, but by the end of this video, you're going to understand the full picture in a way most people online are completely missing. There's a lot of buzz right now about a supposed new stimulus package targeting Americans aged 60 and above, with claims of payments reaching up to $8,400, split into 3 installments. It's being talked about everywhere, shared across social media, and even showing up in videos that make it sound like a done deal. But here's where things get interesting, and honestly, a bit serious. Before you or your loved ones start counting on that money, it's important to slow down and really break down what's actually confirmed, what's being speculated, and what could potentially mislead millions of seniors who are already dealing with financial pressure. Now, think about this for a moment. If you're a senior living on a fixed income, or you know someone who is, rising inflation isn't just a headline, it's a daily struggle. Groceries cost more than they did a year ago. Utility bills seem to spike at the worst possible times, and healthcare expenses keep climbing without warning. Prescription medications, doctor visits, insurance premiums, all of it adds up fast. So when people hear about a large stimulus payment, especially something as specific as $8,400, it immediately grabs attention. It gives hope. And that's exactly why it's so important to separate hope from verified reality. The claim going around suggests that a new program is being rolled out where seniors aged 60 and above, particularly those receiving Social Security, SSDI, or SSI benefits, will automatically qualify for these payments. It also mentions that the payments would be structured in 3 parts, with the first being larger, followed by 2 smaller installments. On the surface, that sounds very organized and even logical. A structured payment system could, in theory, help people manage their finances better over time instead of receiving one lump sum that might be spent too quickly. But here's the key issue. As of now, there has been no official confirmation from the IRS or any federal authority announcing a stimulus program that matches these exact details. And this is where things start to shift from exciting to concerning. Because when information like this spreads without clear confirmation, it can lead people to make financial decisions based on something that may not exist in the way it's being described. Seniors might delay paying bills, expecting money to arrive soon. Families might plan expenses around it, and when that expected payment doesn't show up, the impact can be more than just disappointment. It can create real financial stress. Now, let's talk about why these kinds of claims spread so quickly. Part of it is because they're built around real issues. Seniors have indeed been hit hard by inflation. There have been discussions in government circles about providing more targeted support to older Americans. Previous stimulus payments during economic crises did exist, and they did help millions of people. So when a new claim appears that sounds similar but slightly bigger or more targeted, it feels believable. It fits into a narrative people are already familiar with. But believable doesn't always mean verified. Another important detail to understand is how official stimulus programs are actually announced. When the government introduces a payment program, especially one involving billions of dollars, it doesn't happen quietly. There are formal announcements, press releases, legislation, and clear guidelines published across official websites. You'll see consistent reporting across major news outlets, not just scattered mentions or viral videos. And right now, that level of confirmation simply isn't there for this specific $8,400 payment plan. That doesn't mean seniors are being ignored. In fact, there are ongoing programs and adjustments that continue to provide support. Social Security benefits are adjusted periodically through cost of living adjustments, which are specifically designed to help offset inflation. Medicare policies evolve, and there are assistance programs aimed at reducing healthcare costs. These are real, ongoing efforts, even if they don't come in the form of a large, one-time stimulus payment. But let's go deeper into the structure that's being talked about, because it's worth understanding why it sounds so convincing. The idea of splitting payments into 3 installments, for example, is actually rooted in financial behavior research. Studies have shown that when people receive money in stages rather than all at once, they tend to manage it more effectively. It reduces the risk of overspending early and provides a more consistent financial cushion over time. So when you hear that the payments would be $3,200 first, followed by 2 payments of $2,600, it feels carefully planned. It feels intentional. And that's exactly why it resonates with so many people. There's also mention of automatic enrollment, which again sounds very realistic because previous stimulus payments were often sent automatically to people already in government systems. If you were receiving Social Security or had filed taxes, the IRS could use that information to distribute funds without requiring a new application. That part is based on real past processes, which adds another layer of credibility to the claim. But just because a process sounds familiar doesn't mean the program itself currently exists. Now, let's address one of the biggest concerns that comes with situations like this, and that's scams. Whenever there's talk of government payments, scammers see an opportunity. They create fake websites, send emails or messages pretending to be from official agencies, and try to collect personal information. They might ask for Social Security numbers, bank details, or even small processing fees to release the supposed payment. This is where things can become dangerous, especially for seniors who may already be expecting money and are more likely to trust what appears to be an official communication. The safest approach is always to rely on official sources. Government agencies do not ask for sensitive information through random emails or messages. They don't require payment to release stimulus funds, and they certainly don't rush you into providing personal details with threats or urgent deadlines. If something feels off, it probably is. Another part of the claim suggests that these payments would not affect other benefits and would not be taxable. While that has been true for some past stimulus payments, it's not something that can be assumed without official confirmation for any new program. Tax treatment and benefit eligibility rules are always clearly defined in official announcements, and until those exist, any assumptions should be treated with caution. There's also talk about special considerations for seniors who have moved recently or changed bank accounts, along with systems to update information easily. Again, this mirrors improvements that were made in past payment systems where agencies tried to reduce delays and errors. It's a logical progression, but logic alone isn't proof that the program is active. Now, think about the emotional impact of all this. For many seniors, financial stability isn't just about numbers, it's about peace of mind. It's about knowing that bills can be paid, that healthcare needs can be met, and that there's some level of security in daily life. When news of a large payment spreads, it temporarily lifts that burden. It creates a sense of relief. But if that relief is based on unverified information, it can quickly turn into frustration or even fear. So, what should you do right now? The most important thing is to stay informed, but also stay cautious. Keep an eye on official announcements from trusted sources. If a new stimulus program is approved, it will be clearly communicated. In the meantime, continue managing finances based on confirmed income and benefits, not unexpected payments that haven't been officially announced. At the same time, it's worth acknowledging the bigger picture. The fact that so many people are eager to believe in a program like this says something important. It shows that there is a real need. Seniors are looking for support, and they're hoping for solutions that match the challenges they're facing. Rising costs aren't going away overnight, and the pressure on fixed incomes is very real. Whether or not a program like this gets introduced in the future, the conversation itself highlights a gap that policymakers may need to address. And this is where awareness becomes powerful. By understanding what's real and what isn't, you protect yourself and the people around you. You avoid falling into traps, and you make decisions based on facts rather than assumptions. That alone can make a huge difference. As we continue to monitor developments, any genuine updates about financial assistance programs will always come with clear details, eligibility criteria, and official confirmation. Until then, it's better to stay grounded, stay cautious, and most importantly, stay informed. Because in times like these, accurate information isn't just helpful, it's essential.